Hi, I'm Rudyard Griffiths, the chair of the Ontario 360 Initiative at the Munk School for Global Affairs and Public Policy. I'm joined with my colleague Sean Speer, the director of the Ontario 360 program. And just in a couple minutes, we want to give you a quick encapsulation of what Ontario 360 is all about, the purposes of this project, and how you can be involved. So Sean, just quickly at a top line level, what is the goal of Ontario 360? What are you trying to accomplish here?
It's called Ontario 360 because our goal here, Rudyard, is to scan the policy landscape, to engage members of the Ontario Public Service, members of the political arm of government, and others to identify a specific set of issues or challenges facing the province. And then what we've gone about doing, Rudyard, is commissioning work by external experts, members of the University of Toronto community and elsewhere, to apply their evidence-based approach to those issues and challenges. And that work has come in the form of policy briefs, policy breakfast sessions, and other means of really creating a two-way conversation between external experts and members of the government to better inform and shape the public policy process here in the province.
Thanks, Sean. And if you were going to say to someone watching now, why is Ontario 360 different maybe than the traditional think tank model? What tactics and approaches have you brought to this project to try to achieve maybe a greater impact than these types of initiatives might normally?
I think the principal difference is the approach that we've taken, and by which I mean we haven't decided, Rudyard, which subjects we think the government ought to be focused on. We've gone to the government. We've hosted a range of consultations with members of the public service and the political arm of the government to understand what's on their desk, what's keeping them up at night. And then we've gone about commissioning work on those specific topics. So we've covered a range of issues from foreign credential recognition to business support programs to provincial municipal fiscal relations and so on. Our work is ultimately rooted in the specific issues and challenges that the Ontario government has grappled with, all with the goal of trying to bring evidence to bear on those issues and hopefully improve public policy outcomes here in the province.
And just finally, Sean, how can viewers get involved with this project? What are the points of connection between the people watching now, the work and the agenda that you want to accomplish?
It's a great question. I would encourage viewers, first and foremost, to go to ontario360.ca, where they can find our catalog of policy briefs on some of the issues I've talked about. We also host policy breakfast sessions here at the Munk School of Global Affairs and Public Policy, where people are able to come and engage our experts, engage members of the government, and really create this kind of dialogue that we talked about. And then just finally, our capstone conference coming up in April 2020 will be an opportunity for members of the broader stakeholder community to participate in a conversation about our analysis, our recommendations, and ultimately better public policy here in the province.
Well, thanks, Sean, for the important work you're doing on this project. A lot of impact in the first 18 months. We look forward to see what comes in 2020 and beyond. Just a final word of thank you to our two key foundation partners, the Donner Canadian Foundation and the Garfield Weston Foundation, for their generous support of the Ontario 360 project. This initiative is funded entirely by private outside sources. We are not supported by the government. We think this is important in terms of our own editorial independence and arm's length relationship with the client groups that we're servicing. So again, thank you to those two foundations. As Sean said, please go to our website, ontario360.ca. Also, email addresses, you can contact Sean and myself. We'd love your input, advice, and counsel. Thanks again for watching, and thanks for your interest in Ontario 360.